So before we dive in and start doing a few exercises, I want you to understand why some of the things that we do are not going to be necessarily tied directly to knees. And you may wonder, why are you doing that? Because it's for your glutes or it's for core or something else. And the important thing for you to understand is when there's pain at one joint, the important thing that you do is realize that's the symptom. So we have to say, where's the root cause of that? And several things happen up and down stairs from a joint that's bothering you. So if it's knees, we look at the ankle and we look at the hips and glutes. Two things could be going on: lack of mobility. If you don't have range of motion and things are not moving properly, the muscles attached to the joint itself, having the problem, and the joint above or below are not functioning right. They're not playing well together. And the other piece is the strength. So we don't generally talk about strength at the ankles, but stability at the ankles is what we're talking about. And that, in a way, is specifically strength. At the glutes, they're the largest but laziest muscles in our body for most of us. And we have two that matter most. There are three sets of glutes: maximus, medius, and minimus. The minimus go along for the ride. If we activate medius or maximus, the minimus comes out to play. So let's focus on maximus. That's the largest one, right in the center, the meat of the glute. A lot of us feel like it went flat as a pancake, but you know what I'm talking about. The medius tends to be more right here, and we use it if you stand on one leg and you have your hands back here, not quite in the back pockets of a pair of jeans, but right here, and you lift one leg out to the side. What you're going to feel is this one went on as soon as you put your weight on it completely, and this one is lifting. You can feel it doing some work when you lift and lower that leg. So one-legged work when you go for a walk. You're on one leg, swinging the other one through. One of the only times we use it. Unless when we were little, we did a lot of lateral movement. We don't do that so much anymore unless you're playing pickleball, tennis, racquetball. Those things are great for this as long as you are ready for that quick movement. But we need to fire up this medius, fire up the maximus, and we also want to pay a little bit of attention to the core. If those things are strong, we have less pressure on the knees. So really important, we look at mobility in the joint above and below, strength around the joints above and below, not just isolate strength around the knee itself, although that too is important. So let's demonstrate some exercises. And here's what I'm going to go through. Some static things like a chair sit or a wall sit. So you can back up against a wall, and I just happen to have a bookcase behind me, but I'm going to back up and into it. So looking like this, if you're going to err on the conservative side, I'm not going to go very low. I'm just going to stay right here, back against the wall, hips against the wall, shoulders, head against the wall, but my lower back may have a little space between me and the wall, and that is neutral spine. It's a good place to be. But what I'm doing right here is working my quadriceps in a stabilizing way. So we call it isometric contraction. You strengthen in this range of motion only, maybe 10% above and beyond this range of motion. So it's not ideal for the way we move, but it is a wonderful way to start. As you gain strength, you may be able to come down a little bit lower and still find your pain-free right here. So for anybody who's doing this at home, and if you have a ball and you want to try this, sometimes this is comfortable, sometimes this makes you feel a little less stable because you are working with something that requires balance. But you can come down, now your back's not quite against the wall, but you may feel more comfortable here. The key here is your weight is on your heels. If you get them too close to the wall, you will feel the weight go to the balls of your feet and the pressure go to your knees. You want to be sitting so the weight's on your heels. That means you're connected to your glutes. That's a wall sit. Wherever you need to be, that your pain-free range of motion is. As soon as you go lower, feel it here, that's not your business to be in it. That's a wall sit. That's one I love. Now, if you're able to do a freestanding lunge, There is nothing innately wrong or right about moves. Some moves may not work for you right now, but it may also be the technique. Maybe you've never been taught them really well. Now, I happen to have a ladder right here. It's going to move if I pull on it, so it's not a great stabilizer. I'm going to hold on here to my bookshelf. But if you have something or you're holding on to something that allows you to lean on it a little bit, so I can come down and I know that I can come back up, I can push with my muscles, but I also have something that I can use for support to pull myself. So that might be your hands in the kitchen sink. So you're holding on to something where you've got leverage to pull up using your upper body, not just the lower, if you're worried about safety. So we come down to a squat. Again, your range of motion where it's pain-free, nothing that's painful. Now watch the difference here. If I allow my knees to go forward like this, that is not good form, not for somebody with good knees, not for somebody with bad knees. And if you have good knees, you may feel this when you do it, and I do too. So I want you to sit back, think about pointing your hip back into a chair, tap that chair, and then come up, pushing hips through and forward. This is good range of motion for strengthening the glute maximus. A little bit of quadricep work also happening, but as long as it can happen without straining or feeling like you're straining the knees, you're okay. If you go deeper and you feel it in the knee joint, it's not a good place for you to be right now. So hopefully that was helpful. You can also come down and just hold that statically and then come back up and start with 5 seconds. Just an easy hold down here. You're doing that isometric contraction, but also now doing it with motion or movement. That's an excellent way to start. Another one, lunges. Now let's talk about these because a lot of people will say, I can't do lunges because my knee is hurt. And I totally understand that, but I also want to suggest that you may not have been taught to do them properly. If you really struggle with stability, you feel vulnerable, this is not the first place to start. But if you are going to start next to a wall or, again, a couch or sofa where you can actually hold on, and you're going to take your legs separate, not moving the feet, just coming down and up so that we're very protected. We're doing this very conservatively so that we can be in control and not feel vulnerable. So when we come down, what we want to do is make sure that the front foot stays solid on the floor. And so we're down and I've got most of my weight in my heel, and that means there's a lot of weight back here in my glute. Yes, my quadricep, but I'm feeling it here and you want to. Your heel connects to the glute. So as you lower and lift, no forward and back motion, just lowering down weight on the heel, pushing through the heel to come up, lower and lift, and you are strengthening. Now you need to look down because I need to know my knee is going over my foot or toward the little toe side, not dramatically, but just not caving in. That will put pressure on the knee and it fails to activate this glute medial muscle. Here's what that looks like from the front. So remember, I want you to have support if you need it, but watch that front knee. So if I come down, my knee should go that way or over the foot, straight ahead, but not fall inward. And a lot of women will find, though I'm exaggerating, a lot of women will find their knees do cave in, and that actually doesn't feel good. And you're also missing the strength. We need that hip to work and it would push the knee open if it did. So watch that. It helps for you to watch in a mirror or have someone with eyes on you or use your phone, film yourself so you know, what am I actually doing? So those are squats, lunges, wall sit, and I'm going to bring you down to the floor for the next couple. So we can do bridges from the floor. And what I'm going to have you do is prepare. If you have a band, I'm going to have you use it. But I want you to come down and we can do simple bridges with feet flat, knees bent, no equipment. Now I have this ball here because I do want to show you something you can do with it. But I'm going to have you simply lift up. You push your hips toward the ceiling. Think about tipping your tailbone under so you're feeling a good stretch through your hip flexors. We hold that here, and while we're doing it, we're getting a little strength through the quad, strength through the glutes without having to put pressure on the knees. Now, if your knees are really inflamed and really swollen, you may still feel something there, but it should not be painful. I'm going to have you come down so you could hold that for 5 or 10 seconds and do repeats of just that. Pressing up, holding it, strengthening. When you feel you can do those fairly easily and you can do, say, a set of 5, what I want you to think about doing is pushing up with both and then bringing one leg away. So you're strengthening the glute and holding this leg up and then switching to the other side and checking that you're staying even, holding it here and then coming back down and releasing. Once you've done that, and this may take a couple of weeks, right? You're going to hear lift a leg and then do single lifts up, kind of bridging or thrusting that hip into a lifted position. And see if you can work your way up to 10 to 15 on one leg at a time. That's really working the glute. And if your glute gets stronger, remember the knee is going to be much happier. Now, for another hamstring exercise. So we've talked about quadriceps. That goes right into the knee joint, but they are partnered by the hamstrings in the back of the leg. Whenever you do an exercise for the quads, we want you to do one for the hamstrings. There's a relationship there. It's about 2/3. So the hamstring should be about 2/3 the strength of the quads, but they usually get ignored and they're far weaker. And that causes stress to the knee. So we don't want that. We want to take it off. We need hamstring strength. So one of the ways I like to work hamstrings is on a ball at home or at the gym. Often I like this better than machines unless you can't get to the floor. So here's how that works. Slight bend of your knees. You're going to always keep them slightly bent. And then you're going to put your elbows down and lift up. Now we can start with just that slight bend of my knees all the way through. These are called bridges from the ball. So the next step, once you can do 10 just like that, I want you to try this coming up and then roll that ball in and bring it back out. Leave it slightly bent at the knees and pull in and out. And that's an excellent exercise. So I did strength training today for my legs earlier, and now I'm feeling like 3 was good. Thanks so much. Okay. So they are effective no matter who you are. If you're just starting and you feel like I could barely get one, you'll get stronger. I promise it will get better. And you can start that and dig your heels into the ball, roll that ball toward you, and you are working your hamstrings. Even if those hips can't come off the ground, you're digging them in and you're rolling it. You have to be using those muscles. There's no way around it. So you are indeed getting stronger. And that might be a wonderful place for you to start. Okay, so we've done quadricep and glute exercises. We've done hamstring exercises as well. There's one more I want to show you very specifically to target your glute medial muscles. Remember that was on the outside of the hip. You're going to bring the band up and you're going to place this band. This is called a Versa band. And if you are a larger size woman, you can find these that have a slightly bigger diameter. This I believe is 12 inches. You're going to put it above your knee so we're not putting the strain on the knee itself. So we can do a couple of things. We can simply do this on the ground and combine this with the bridge and press out. Or we can do the movement at once and start with our feet in and lift and press outward at the same time. Now we have glute maximus and medius both working together. But my favorite place to do this is in a standing position. So I like standing here, slight bend of the knee, and I'm going to come down in a squat. And then from here, I'm going to take side steps, trying not to do a lot of this. And I have this white band in my shirt so that you can see and keep me honest. So what I want this to do is to move straight across the screen, not draw waves up and down. See the difference? Because If I'm tired or my muscles down here are not doing the work, I'm going to try to do everything I can with any other body part to do the work. So stable means you're probably still okay. You have good repetitions left. What's happening is your starting leg is working, and as you pick it up, it's working as it pushes away, but this standing leg is stabilizing, so it is also working. So this is really a great target, and you're not standing on one leg doing it, working it, while you're letting the other leg just wait its turn. So this is a nice variety of exercise, so we can work them both and slightly differently. And again, this one doesn't take a lot of time. So you might do a set of 8 to 10 steps one way, 8 to 10 back the other way, rest a little bit, and do it again. So back and forth, increasing that. Now, notice I've got a green band. They go from yellow, really, really light, to green, to red, to blue, to black. Notice that there's a long ways to go upstairs. My preference for my clients is if you need more resistance, either try a new band, because sometimes the old ones get really lax, go to green and get 2 greens, because we want that range of motion. Sometimes you move up to a red, and I notice this with clients, is then they can barely move. They're not actually getting range of motion strength. It just got harder, and so it limits range of motion. I want you to get the full range of motion. These are called the Versa Loops, and this is from a company called Perform Better. If you want to learn more, flipping50.com/resources, and you will see a lot of my favorite tools and tips. But Perform Better is the company. If you want to order them, you'll find things like that at stores like Target and Walmart. But the property of elastic bands changes a great deal. The quality is not the same company to company, just a warning. I hope that was helpful. So the way to strengthen and take pressure off of your knees may in fact not be directly simply knee exercises. There is nothing wrong with isolation exercise. So we're going to link to one of the probably most popular videos on this channel for knee strengthening, and you'll sit on the floor and you'll do it with a ball and maybe an ankle weight or just resistance while you're enjoying a television show or Netflix. There's no sweat to it, and that may help you stabilize that knee joint. But when you're ready, you want to come to these kinds of exercises and do them regularly. Don't worry yet about loading them with extra weight. First, get good form, make sure they don't hurt you. And these are some of the favorites. So when you're doing this and rehabbing or making pain feel better, go away, dissipate, and or be less frequent, you can do these most days. Choose some of the exercises and rotate them on alternate days, or choose 3 to 5 days a week to do them. But regular, consistent work for the muscles in the glutes and stabilizing muscles around the ankle that will help you be a little bit more solid there will definitely help the knees. Let me know below if you have questions, and I'd love to hear from you if you have knee issues. I'll see you on the flip side.